I believe that's correct, Jackie.
Let me double check here. I'll just pull it up. Let's see. Yeah, she's at 1:35 my time, some of your time too. So we'll just hop in and get started. So hi, everybody. I'm Jackie Morgan with the Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta, Nashville branch, and we're talking today about some Fed resources related to Econ Ed Month. I'll be sharing the presentation time with Andrea from our St. Louis Fed, and I'll let her introduce herself when she joins. So first, I thought I like doing polls and being engaged in what we do. So let's talk about Econ Ed Month. And I want to know how all of you have been celebrating Econ Ed Month. So you can choose one or more of the options that are on the screen, put it into the chat for us so that we can see how everybody has been celebrating. So have you been posting to social media, hosting events, teaching about econ, wearing econ clothes, attending the fall conference, because we all check that one, or all of these? So those of you just joining, tell us how you're celebrating Econ Ed Month. Choose an option, put it in the chat. All right. Gigi's been sharing resources. Looks like Leslie's been doing so. I know she's been hosting lots of events and teaching about econ. Chandler's been doing all of these things. So, and Jennifer as well. So lots of us are celebrating Econ Ed Month in lots of different ways. And I am too. There's my Econ is Life shirt as well. That was clearly not from today. It is much cooler here in the Nashville area today. That was back at the end of August when we still had lots of warmth, and posting to social media and doing all sorts of fun things. So thank you all for your engagement with Econ Ed Month. I think it's great what we've all been doing collaboratively to make this happen. So one of the things I did want to mention that we've done as the Fed to support the question of the day, which is really cool, right? Having this to be able to discuss in the classroom or in different forums, is we put together, and this is on the Google Drive, we put together a list of resources that go along with each of these questions of the day. So it might be an activity, a lesson, or some other tool. It may not teach directly on the question, but it's related to it in some way. So if you don't already have access to the Google Drive, be sure to contact Amy Lee and she can get you access to that. So it's in section 1 under social media resources. And I think it says Federal Reserve teaching resources. There's a couple different versions out there. So be sure to check that out. And then I just want to mention some of the Econ Ed events that we have coming up. So one of the new things we're doing is a new series focusing on teaching economics in changing times, and just had a session on cognitive science and teaching and learning. So it was a great program. If you didn't get to see it and would like to see the recording, we do have a version of that we can send you the link for that. The next program we have coming up in that series will be in early 2022. I said it right. I've been saying 2022 really wrong. I've been saying 2020. So 2022, we'll be talking about the future of work. Now, our other series, it's an ongoing series you may be familiar with, eConnections. On November 10th, the next in that series is Black banking, currency, and the US banking system. So some great resources there. You can watch for details at federalreserveeducation.org. And then the other ones that we have, many of you participate in the Women in Economics or have students who participate. And Scott just shared with me that they are doing the Women in Economics on February 23rd and 24th. And so we have that. Registration will be coming available soon. We've got the web address on there and some great keynote speakers for that session. The other program that we do twice every 2 years is a conversation with the chair. And we did that in August. And what was really exciting about this was the chair mentioned Econ Ed Month. And he was so excited that we're entering into this collaborative space. So the link is up there if you haven't seen the presentation. He did a nice address to both teachers and students. And again, did a fabulous job about talking about the importance of economics. So some good clips about that and Econ Ed Month as well. So be on the lookout for more to come in our area. I just wanted to mention quickly about federalreserveeducation.org. No big updates, but we will start seeing some changes as some upgrades are made to that site. But the thing that we wanted to really focus on today is some upgrades and additions that have been made into Econ Lowdown. And so with that, I'm going to turn it over to Andrea. Andrea, do you want to introduce yourself and you can take over?
Great. Thank you. Appreciate it, Jackie. Hi, everybody. Yes, I'm Andrea Caceres-Santamaria. I'm with the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis on their Econ Ed team. And I'm really happy to be here. And I'm glad that we could all see each other a little bit. It's been a while, but I noticed it's getting cold because we're all wearing our cozy sweaters and fall colors. All right, so yeah, we are so excited to share with you the many new developments that have been going on this year in Econ Lowdown. It's been a very, very good year. Lots of new resources, and I'd like to take some time to highlight for you today, and also explore the site itself so that you can see some of the changes that we've made. And of course, these are changes that we have a long list of many improvements we want to make to Econ Lowdown. And so Andrea Matzenbacher, I almost said my own name again, it's Andrea Matzenbacher, and the developer team, they are amazing, and you know, they're looking to always make Econ Lowdown even better for our teachers. So I think some of the improvements they made have definitely done that. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Let me just make sure I have everything up, because this is my my 2021, I almost said 2020, my 2021 challenge is sharing my screen. All right, here we go. So I want to share this screen. Yeah, all right. Okay, and let me pull up the PowerPoint and see if this will work. Here we go. All right, thumbs up, you guys.
We're seeing, are y'all seeing it? I'm not seeing, I'm seeing her shared. Are you seeing yourselves on there? No, y'all can see it good? Okay, perfect.
We're good? Okay, all right, thank you. All right, awesome. So here's my stat attempt, I guess, at graphic design and trying to incorporate Econ Lowdown with some Halloween. All right, so let's go ahead and move forward. Before I continue, our disclaimer, just so you know, anything that I state today, statements, opinions are my own, not of the Federal Reserve System or the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis. So what are some new features and capabilities within Econ Lowdown? First, our audio and video Q&As, as we in-house we refer to as AQAs and VQAs. They are now available to preview on the public resource gallery. So our public resource galleries, before you even log in, to allow educators or anybody who comes to the site, if they want to see what's behind the portal, they're able to now actually look at audio and video Q&A. So this means that most of our resources are on that public gallery, not all of them, because there's some functionalities in our other resource types, such as our Fred Interactive, which we don't have on there yet. And so one day that'll be figured out, but I think for now, you know, some of our best stuff is available for teachers to take a look at. But keep in mind that when teachers preview this, the assessments are not on there in terms of the pre and post assessments for the modules, which we used to refer to as the courses. Those are now called modules. They've been for some time now. The pre and post tests are not available in that preview. And also with the video and audio Q&As, those questions, those Q&As, those are not visible. Also, they're not visible in the preview. You have to log in to see those, because then the students would see that. But we are really, really excited to have even more resources available in the what we call the public resource gallery. We also have answer keys, which are now accessible when logged in for the video Q&As and the audio Q&As. We've always had the teacher edition link for the reading Q&As, which is our page 1, focus on finance, or really any of the articles that we've also gotten from our system colleagues, any of those articles, the questions. But I know for page 1 specifically, we have an answer key there. So that's been there for some time. But for the video Q&As and the audio Q&As, that's now available for the teacher. As a former classroom user of Econ Lowdown, I used to take the quiz myself and then make sure, you know, that what was correct. And now, you know, teachers don't have to do that. They just simply click on the link to answer key right here. Another great new feature is that audio Q&As now have transcripts that can be accessed by clicking on this link which below the video, and that is available in both the educator preview screen, but also in this for the students when the students complete it. So we're really excited about that as well, because we think that'll be really helpful, especially for our students that are have just to meet differentiation in the classroom or in the school, just to have that transcript available for them. So we're really excited about that. Of course, Fred blogs. Fred blogs come up quite often. That actually is that should be on my next slide actually, and I think I repeated on this one and that one, but we'll go ahead and just kind of give you a preview what's on the next slide. Fred blogs are coming up quite often. Diego does a great job of taking these short blogs on timely topics and just putting them in and putting some questions. So those are really nice, short and sweet, but they have great information on them. So continuing with the new content, in addition to the Fred blogs, that we have a total of 80 new resources that have been put out. Some of the ones to highlight are the monetary policy module has been updated to teach the new tools of monetary policy. A lot of time was spent on updating this and making sure that it covers a lot of what Scott and Jane Ehrig and others have been working really hard on, making sure that there's good resources for teachers to teach these new tools of monetary policy. So making a change to the module was really great, because Scott and Jane have done a really great job of writing up lesson plans and page 1 articles, and also presenting on the material quite a bit throughout the year. But now we have a module that also covers that. So we're really excited about that. Other modules, the fiscal policy module is now divided into 2 modules. If any of you remember the previous one was about an hour long. Also some changes that have come up over time just in the policy itself. So the module is now 2 modules instead of 1, and there has been a significant update to the content. So that's really exciting, from it being 1 very long module to now 2 30-minute modules that have been updated. So definitely take a look at that. For now, when you look in Econ Lowdown, you will see the older module on there. But as you talk to your teachers and you share our content, please let them know that the newest one is the fiscal policy that's split into 2. The older one, I'm not sure what the developer lingo would be, but that will eventually be removed from the site. We also, I put up here an illustration. We have some new videos up there, not only some that we've produced in-house ourselves here at St. Louis, but also from the system and from other organizations. But one of our newest ones that Chris Bertelson worked on is Mortgage 101. We thought this was one that's great to add to the collection that we have. All right, and lastly, and Jackie, don't be shy to do this or anything if I'm running out of time, or message me just to make sure, because I'm so focused and so excited about this next one. One of the modules that's been in demand for a very long time is to kind of complete our offerings for macroeconomics, and even just an econ class in general, whether it's AP macroeconomics or college level econ course, is something with aggregate demand, aggregate supply. So we went ahead and put together long run equilibrium. We're so excited. This is actually one of the projects that I was first brought on. It's going to be 3 years. I've been with the bank in January. And so just kind of spending some time on this, we wanted to make sure that it was really, really good. So we recently had a great workshop called Rolling Out the Red Carpet for some great AP macroeconomics resources. And so here's the red carpet to debut long run equilibrium. So I'd like to go live to the site just to show you some of the features and what the new module looks like. All right. And go into the resource gallery and use also, if you haven't been to the site in a little bit, we also have this search feature that was put on a while ago. All right, so here is long run equilibrium. So long run equilibrium was the content. It was written by Scott Walla and I. We both worked on making sure that the content was relevant to the AP course and even a college level course. But we wanted to also make sure that, because we have a lot of high school teachers using Econ Lowdown, and myself being a former AP macroeconomics teacher for 10.5 years and also a reader for the College Board for the AP macro free response question, we wanted to make sure that any assessments or knowledge checks, as we call them, little checks in between the reading and the content that the students do, we wanted to make sure that the students gain skills or practice skills that would help them be successful on the AP exam, specifically on the multiple choice and on the free response question, which is pretty much the extended response portion of the exam. So the questions that we wrote, we kept those things in mind, and they model pretty much what they're going to see or the type of skills that they need to be successful on the exam. So we have a pre-test. As you guys know how the modules work, there's always a pre-test to go with them. And as you know, the post-test are the same questions, and it records the pre and post-test for the teachers. And again, modeling these questions like something that they would see on the AP exam. Also make sure that the answer choices were the exact number. Before, they used to go A to E, and recent changes, they go A to D. So again, making sure that we model that. For this particular module, students do have to have a little bit of background knowledge of aggregate demand, aggregate supply, but we do have a flashback, which allows them to review the determinants of aggregate demand and aggregate supply. What we're really excited with this as well is not only the knowledge checks, but also the videos that were produced for this. They're really great. And I invite you guys, when you get a moment, to take a look at the videos and see that, we love our team here in St. Louis. They do a great job at producing the videos, and we're even thinking of taking those videos and putting them as standalone in Econ Lowdown as a video Q&A as well, not just in the module. So here are the videos. Again, there's 2 for positive and negative demand shocks. We invite you to explore them because, as I mentioned before, they were really, really well done. I'd like to take a moment to preview the knowledge check with you, just so you can see. We put a lot of thought into these, as I mentioned before, making sure that it models what the students will see on the exam. And let me see, I'm looking here for the other one, knowledge check. Let's take a look at knowledge check 3, so I can show you. Here we go. So on the AP exam, students initially would draw this graph, right here. They would draw this graph, and then they would be asked to indicate what's happening to price level, to real GDP. So we actually have this interactive feature where students shift it. Oh, well, I got it wrong. All right, get it right. There we go. So I get it right. And so students are able to interact with the graph. And then by clicking on these arrows, they use the graph as a reference for answering the rest, which again, this is what they do on the AP exam. So in this case, it's asking what happens to real GDP in the short run. They kind of go on the graph, they see it increase, and they click here. And as always, our feedback is very detailed. I remember from my AP macro teacher days that when I graded papers, it wasn't always like, no, you're wrong. It always had to follow a good explanation for the students to understand why they got that one in particular wrong, but mostly to help them through the process. So all of our feedback is very well detailed here. And again, just continuing to make those connections on what's going on in the graph from the initial scenario, and just kind of seeing what happened at A, why did we end up at B, and why did we end up at C. So being able to identify all those pieces we found was very, very important in the module. So do I have a little time left to show one more thing? Yeah, okay, great. Thank you, Jackie. Great, so I'd like to show you, since I talked about the new modules, I want to show you some of the features that we have here and how to see those, so I can show that to you live. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the video Q&A and hit apply. So let's take a look. Let's see if I can put them by newest. So at the same time, I'll also show you, here's the Mortgage 101. So here's our Mortgage 101 video. And oh, happy news, almost forgot to mention this. Before, students could click the I've got this quiz me button without having to watch the video. Well, those days are gone now. Now the students need to watch at least 90% of the video in order to be able to move on to the quiz. So yay, spirit fingers for that new feature, especially as a teacher. I'm very, very happy. Yes, all right. So we are really excited that that is now stopping our students, because I remember I would see that somebody would take the quiz 20 times and not watch the video. And I was like, I think you could have watched the video and saved yourself some time there, Timmy. All right, so either way, just to show you here's the link to the answer key. So it opens up a separate window, and it's in the nice PDF, and there you go. So we think this is really helpful for teachers to be able to see these answer keys and also to see how many questions are in there. So that's really great. So we love that feature. What I like to show you is also is to show you what it looks like on the reading Q&As. We call them RQAs. Oh, not the reading Q&As. I'm sorry, the audio Q&As, all Q&As, audio Q&A. There we go. I'd like to show you, here's our Planet Money. We love those. And let me see if these have the transcript. I know that's probably, yes, there it is. All right, so as you know, Planet Money, we've been really excited about Planet Money, the podcast. Now we have little short versions of that here behind the portal, and the transcript is available for that. So we are really excited. And again, so here's the hide transcript, show transcript feature. That's right in the window. And again, here you're previewing exactly what the student sees. So the student will have access to that as well, just like that. And then also to highlight right here, once again, the link to the answer key. So these are all really fun and exciting features that we have behind the portal. And there are quite a few other things that we're currently working on. Also some resources from our friends, our other friends in the system, Econ Ed friends. We have other things that are coming in that we'd like to put behind the portal. So there's a lot of things in the works, and there's also other features and functions of Econ Lowdown itself that we're looking to work on. Well, really Andrea and the team looking to work on to improve for teachers, and just always looking to add more resources and just make it even better for teachers out there. A number of users continues to grow, and therefore we will continue to grow Econ Lowdown with great resources, not just from St. Louis, but also from the rest of the Econ Ed team in the system and other organizations. So thank you so much.
Excellent. Thanks, Andrea. So let's pause. Any questions for Andrea or want to know more about Econ Lowdown or anything else? All right. Hey, and Andrea, just, I was going to say you're still screen sharing just in case you went to your email or something else, right? So any other, so Andrea, thank you for doing a great job in sharing about Econ Lowdown. We're really proud of Econ Lowdown and federalreserveeducation.org, kind of our two sites where we house all of our Fed things, and then you can go to all of our individual districts as well. My Fed colleagues, anybody else want to share anything in our last couple of minutes together?
Actually, while we have a moment, I did forget to share two new resources here that I have on my list. The Fred Interactive, which those are really great for data literacy. We have two new ones on seasonality and adjusting for inflation. I know that if I was in an AP Econ class or even in a macro college class, these two would probably be the top two that I would use in my class. So also check out those new Fred Interactives.
Perfect. Any other Fed friends that would like to share? All right, well, be sure to visit federalreserveeducation.org for all of our Fed materials. And with that, I think that we can conclude and give everybody a chance to go run and grab a beverage or have a break quickly before we hear the keynote. Jessica Washington is fantastic, so I hope y'all will come back for her keynote address. So thanks, Andrea.
Thank you, everybody. Hope to see you soon.